Hey, welcome to Pat's Soundbites IGTV. Keeping new music alive is what I do on the radio and now on video. Conducting live chats with the artists and learning the stories behind their latest release and also playing their new video. Special thanks to my good friend Jody Best of Best Bet Promotions for coordinating and scheduling today's artist. Having over 20 plus years in the music industry, if you're looking for a highly successful promotion and marketing professional who's extremely motivated, look no further than Jody Best. For more information, contact Jody via email at bestbedpromo@yahoo.com. Special thanks today to my sponsor Go-Go Tuners for all guitar players looking for a focus on ease of use, readability, durability, and accuracy. Look no further. The Go-Go Tuner is the choice of many touring professionals and a favorite of casual players. Go-Go's signature green you're in and red you're out screen makes tuning quick and easy. For more information, go to the website at gogotuners.com. Special thanks to WBXO Classic Rock Radio Redefined, allowing me to keep new music alive on the radio airways on the Pat Show every Sunday from 5 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. Only on WBXO Classic Rock Redefined. And a big thank you to Mr. Evan Balzer for allowing me to use his amazing instrumental that you're hearing right now. It's called Trails. To find out more incredible music by Evan, go to his website at evanbalzer.com. Today's special guest is singer-songwriter rocker Jeff Carlson. Jeff and his band, the Jeff Carlson Band, released a cover of Foreigner's great 1981 classic hit, Jukebox Hero. Came out in February this year from RFL Records. And it features none other than Tesla's wonderful guitarist, Frank Hannon. We're going to talk to Jeff about the track, about the video, about his career, the band, songwriting, and we're going to play the video and a whole lot more right here on Pat's Soundbites IGTV. Hey, welcome to Pat's Soundbites IGTV. Keeping new music alive, not only on the radio, but also on video. And I got a cool cat today again as we continue to rock and roll. Well, from here in New York, and Jeff is rocking from Vegas. Welcome, singer-songwriter, Mr. Jeff Carlson, the front man of the Jeff Carlson Band. What's going on, brother?
Oh, man, I'm so happy to be here. It's an honor. Thank you so much. I'm in good company, man. That's all I can say.
Oh, man, you're rocking and rolling. I love it. Jeff and his band released a cover of Foreigner's great 1981 track, Jukebox Hero, featuring Frank Hannon, no less. Holy crap, we got to talk about that character. But congratulations, man. It rocks. The video rocks. I posted it before on my Facebook. I'm posting it all over the place. Congratulations. Good for you, man.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it very much. Shout out to Jody Best, too, for cooking us up.
Jody's the best. Jody is the best.
Yes, he is.
He is one of a kind. Thank God for Jody. I wouldn't be anywhere without Jody.
Me neither.
Before we get into all that, Jeff, just tell me, how did it start musically for you? Was it, is your parents, anybody in the family musically involved, and you said, I got to do this, man. This is my dream.
Well, here's my story. My parents were like kids, you know, they were almost like an older brother and sister to me, you know, when I was growing up, kind of, you know. So what I mean by that is they were into rock and roll. You know, my mom took me to see Kiss when I was 4 on the Alive tour.
Oh, crap. Yeah.
Then a couple years later, she took me to see Black Oak, Arkansas.
And, Jim Dandy.
Yeah, I met Jim Dandy.
I met Jim Dandy.
From that moment on, I went, that's the guy I want to be. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, you know, I mean, it's just been, and my dad was cool about, you know, always I think he always secretly wanted to be a rock musician type thing, you know, and so he kind of pushed that on me, but that's what I wanted to do. So it was a win-win, you know. I was very fortunate. He took me to a lot of great concerts. Saw Ozzy 2 weeks after Randy died when I was like 11,
Oh,
you know, stuff
wow.
like that. REO Speedwagon in front of
I
80,000.
love your dad. What are you,
Yeah,
crazy?
I know. I loved him too, man. He was great. That's why I dedicated Jukebox Hero to him at the end of the video, because when I was a kid, when 404 came out, he always thought that the lyrics reminded him of me. So that was the idea behind that.
Very cool. God bless your dad. What a
Yeah,
terrific
thank you.
dad to
Thank
support
you.
you, to bring you to the shows. And I'm sure he's looking down, dudes,
Thank you.
smiling bigger than ever, boy. There's my
I hope
guy.
so.
He's becoming a jukebox hero. What a good for
Let's
very
fingers
cool
are crossed.
story.
Thank you.
Very cool story. My kids are not. It's my daughter is, but my son, he looks at me like, "What are you, crazy?" But I don't know. That's I'm living my dream, and I
Yeah,
have taken them to shows, but they have other interests and drive me crazy. I used to have jet
right.
black hair, maybe not as long as yours, Jeff, but you know what? It's all good. But I did
Yeah,
see you. You know, you have an EP, killer EP, Second Chance. This isn't your first rodeo. You had a pretty good solo career. You opened up for national acts. I mean, Phil X, Jack Russell, Great White, Lita Ford. So is this like I mean, you had Second Chance out, so but this is like, okay, I'm full bore, full steam ahead.
yeah.
We're going for it.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. What happened was, is just for so your audience knows, Second Chance got taken down from my old label, Potomac Records. Mike Bailey, he's a buddy of mine. He's Brett Michaels' drummer.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's because of the pandemic or what, or just whatever, but he folded that label, and The Orchard was the distribution on it. So they pulled it down, and I re-signed a new record label with John Machuca and with RFL Records in December. And we're doing a brand new full-length record, 10-song record. And we're going to release Second Chance probably middle of next year with some new songs on it. So yeah, that's the goal right now. So
I get it. And there's some great tracks, So Long. And I know I wrote them down here somewhere. I apologize. I'm
oh,
losing
no
my
worries.
brain cells today. But there's a bunch of tracks. Screaming Inside was really cool. Never Be Another You.
That was our
Yeah.
first
So,
single. Yeah.
yeah, I encourage everybody to go check that out. Go to jeffcarlsonband.com and you can check that out like I did. Talk to me about the band. I see Robbie, I see Corey, and I see you got a new drummer. So how did
Yeah.
you hook up with these guys, and what are they up to these days, rocking with you with this album?
Well, well, Pat, I don't know. Do you remember back in the about mid 80s, there was a band out of Hollywood called Holy Soldier.
Okay.
Well, they were a Christian band. They were like neck and neck with Stryper, and then Stryper blew up. So, but Robbie was their original singer,
Okay.
and he always wanted to be a lead guitar player. And I moved to Vegas in '97, and I met him and Corey, and we started playing together. And Robbie and I just had a chemistry it's real. It's killer, man. It's almost like a John Bon Jovi, Richie Sambora type chemistry. I mean, harmony wise, he's a great harmony singer, and together we make, it's the real deal. So I'm very happy with that. But Corey's been with us. We've been on and off since '97. Basically, long story short, we're kind of like the modern day Spinal Tap. We've got Todd's like our 10th drummer. Sorry, 10th drummer. Uh,
And drummers. What's with these
I know,
drummers?
right? I know, right? No, but Todd recorded "Never Be Another You" originally, and then we brought Mike in, or the guy that did the other stuff, and then he decided he wanted to pursue another avenue. So we brought Todd back, thankfully, and we're so happy. Todd is the best, man. He's just amazing.
Todd, you're
Can't
not
wait to
going
start playing.
nowhere. Sit down.
No.
Get behind that kid, man.
Yep.
Talk to me about your songwriting process. Is it do you grab the guitar first? Is it a collaboration between you and Robbie and Corey and Todd, or how does
Yeah,
that
it's a
work?
little. Well, basically, if one of us has a riff idea, Robbie and I'll sit down and we'll work on the melody first, you know, get an outline of the song. And then we bring it to Todd and Corey and we make it our own. You know, the four of us together, basically, I mean, it's very much a band. I know it's my name that's the figurehead on it, but basically it's a band, you know, I mean, and I'm very thankful that I've got such talented guys who can throw their spin on it and make it not only updated, but yet unique in our own sound. You know, so I mean, I like to think, you know, who was it? Somebody I'd heard say, you know, the great artists borrow, they don't steal, you know. So
Oh yeah, no.
So we've got influences, you know, but at the same time, we don't try to copy them and be exactly them because, you know, there's already a them. So we're trying to make our own way, you know.
Yeah, no, your own sound, your own take into this whole music thing. So it's got to be a killer challenge, though, with this whole COVID thing, with just recording and releasing and trying. I mean, what I've said to everybody is, look, I'm the guy that wants new music no matter what. And I said, you know, yeah, we missed the live shows. My last live show was like February 15th. But on the other side of the coin, if we weren't home sitting around, there's a lot of new music that nobody would still not even know of. You know, Jeff Carlson, who, what is that?
Exactly.
So it's like a double-edged sword, and I'm happy that you're doing what you're doing. You're getting a chance to, you know, dot the I's, cross the T's, take your time, and do it the right way. So then,
that's it.
When the lights come back on and all these venues, you're ready to hit the road and really
big time.
Big time. I'm sure it's driving you crazy, right?
It is and it isn't. I mean, I mean, I'll tell you, it makes it a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? It makes it a lot more enjoyable to just be together as a band right now, because so much time is taken in preparing and playing that you kind of you just focus on that. So the other aspect of it is we're trying to really take our time and do the detail work and really make every song the best they could possibly be. So yeah, that's a good thing, you know, as far as I'm concerned. But because by the time everything does open up, it'll be done and we'll be ready to kill it, you know.
Yeah. So. Are you sending WAV files back and forth? Is all the guys live in Vegas, or is it a WAV
we all live in Vegas. Yeah, we all live in Vegas. Yeah,
nice.
we just rehearse in my house, you know, so that's a great thing.
Oh, that's a big thing. You know what? I tried the drums, I tried the piano. I really need more one-on-one stuff with that. But what I say to everybody is, you know, from old school, you look at, you know, the Zeppelins and the Aerosmiths and signing with this major label, and you got to put hit out after hit. But my point is, today with the technology, there's good and bad, that you could send the files back and forth. But I would be afraid that you would miss some of the magic if you guys weren't in the studio together. And you're fortunate to, you know, everybody hang out together.
Oh, yeah.
When you go, wait a minute, you know, Robbie, try this, or Todd says, wait, try that. You know, because the Zoom stuff, the Zoom stuff and the sending the files. Hey, you know, Jeff, throw a track on it. I think you'd be afraid to miss something.
I know. Yeah, I would totally agree. We have a chemistry together. You know, that's the thing. Like, we were rehearsing last night, you know, on the new stuff. And we broke it down, you know, and we really try to build it as best as we can and not forget anything. And if we hear something, we throw it in. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, you know, whatever. We just try to make it as best as we can. And you do lose a lot of like unity and continuity with trying to, you know, do it separate like that, I would think, you know, I mean, but yeah.
You know, you know, back in the day, I'm going, wow, man, you were signed with this one and that one. And, you know, I never realized it, like, if you didn't have that number one hit, you were like a forgotten soul.
Oh,
and there goes the money, and there goes the tour. So nowadays, more people are controlling independent, you know, label, independent publishing. They have ownership of their stuff. And I certainly get that. I think that's cool. Man, you know, if you're going to get in the batter's box and get everybody's attention, there's nothing like Foreigner and Jukebox Hero from the first two notes of that thing.
Right?
You know what song is that. So
Yeah.
good for you
Thank
to
you.
kick the door down and go, let's do that song. So tell me
Yeah.
why. Maybe I've already said the answers for it because I keep running my mouth sometimes.
No,
But
that's okay.
tell me, why did you pick that wonderful, great classic?
Well,
actually?
you know that, like I said earlier, that's always been one of my favorite songs, believe it or not, from them. I mean, they've got so many amazing songs, but that song really I lost my dad in January of this year, so that really rang true for me lyrically, and it was
And
something
emotionally,
right. I just connected with it, and Corey used to have, my bass player used to have a band prior to this formation of this band, and they would kind of start playing it live and people went nuts over it. They didn't play the whole song, but apparently so I mean, I don't think you can lose on a song like that if you do it justice, you know what I mean?
absolutely.
So and Frank killed it, man. He's just amazing. One take
Frank
wonder.
Frank Hannon, Out-of-Bound Brewing Company, heavy metal hippie, double I, not single, double IPA.
Hell yeah. I
The
gotta try some,
nicest
man.
guy in the business, the
He is.
best, the most humblest, the coolest guy in
He's
the.
awesome.
So how did you hook up with Frank? How did you meet Frank?
Well, and let's see, 2010, ironically, I used to live in Tucson for about 10 years, whatever. And I was still, playing with different musicians. But I called Robbie and Corey and I said, hey, man, I got a drummer here, but can you guys come out to Tucson and we'll open for Frank, So they did. And the end of the night, Frank let me get up and sing Modern Day Cowboy with it, which was
Nice.
it was like a bucket list thing, man. I mean, it was like I could die now moment,
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, we ever since that night, him and I have always kept in touch, and we've always been, I mean, I could not talk to Frank for a year at a time and pick up where we left off, that kind of thing, and we did a little mini tour, 3-day tour from Counts Vamped, and started in Vegas, and then we went there used to be a place in Scottsdale, Arizona called BOK Live, and then we played down in Tucson on the third night. And that was with a previous band I had, but Frank and I always kept that friendship going. And last November he called me and he had a private party to do up in Sacramento. So I flew up there, rehearsed with him, and I sang a whole set of Tesla with him, and it was just awesome. I mean, it was so killer. So after that, I said, hey, man, I'm getting ready to record a cover version of a new version of Jukebox Hero. Do you want to play on it? He's like, yeah, sure. Send it up. So I sent him the stems, and, he was just like, yeah, all right. It's killer. I'm just so happy with it, man. I'm honored. I'm very lucky.
The track is a killer. Frank is incredible.
Yeah.
Give that guy a guitar and one track. Okay, boom, there you go.
There it
what
is.
else
Exactly.
you got? I've been supporting Frank with Tesla, obviously, but more importantly, with any of his solo stuff. He just a terrific. Frank Hannon calls me on a Friday night. I'm going away with my wife to New Hampshire. My phone rings in the car, and I'm going, who? What? And it's like, out East Coast, it's like, 6:00 at night. Pat, What are you doing? I'm like, is this really happening? Did I miss an interview? And
I know, right?
I support Frank and his bands that he's mentoring. I love the
Me
Red
too.
Voodoo guys and everything he does.
Those kids are amazing. Yeah, JT Lux, he's a great guy too.
Yeah, and I said, I got to get a T-shirt from you. And I'll buy it. No, and I actually bought the whole bundle for the guys, the Red Voodoo guys, because a percentage was going to disaster relief. And anybody that's given to any charity, I'm all in. I'll buy it. I think it's a great idea. So Frank calls me and says, hey, dude, so sorry to bother you. I'm like, no, it's cool. My wife's looking at me like, who's this guy? So he's like, what shirt size? So I'm like, well, I'm a XL. And he's like, yeah, don't feel bad. So am I. And he goes, So look, I got a tie-dye or I got gray or black. And I'm going, Frank, it's heavy metal hippie. I got to get the tie-dye. So he
Right?
says, good choice, because there's only 3 and you're getting the last original one. I'm like, are
Dude,
you
that's
crazy? You don't
awesome.
have to do that. And he's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm going to the post office right now and I'm sending it to you. And I mean, the
Dude, that's
colors,
awesome.
and every time I wear it, I'm like, I don't want to wear it because people are driving me crazy, probably driving him crazy, going, you got to make more of them. But I love you.
Right?
I love you, Frank. Great job in helping Jeff. You guys killed it. Did you get
Thank
any
you.
feedback from Mick Jones or Lou or
You
anybody?
know, I hadn't gotten any actual feedback, but I did have a friend of mine here in Las Vegas that knew one of the guys in Asia. I think he was a replacement member. It wasn't like Jeff Down. Was it Jeff Downs? Is that
Jeff
the Asia guy?
Downs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't him. It was somebody in like that toured with Lou. They opened for Lou on the West Coast apparently,
Okay.
and they had played it for him, and he gave it a thumbs up, which
Oh, wow. So
is really cool.
you're good. Good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
You know, I'm so happy. I've met Lou. I've met Mick. I've met both bands together, the original and the
Yeah.
and Kelly and all those guys, Tom and Jeff, and I love all those guys. Mike
Jeff's
and
really cool.
they're all great guys. And I said
Yeah.
to Mick and Lou, you know, at the meet and greet, I was one of the last ones to go, being media and stuff, and it was a
Right.
lot of fun. And I said, you know what, I'm happy you guys, all the hits, and you know,
Yeah.
to do what you're doing, you know, this is just incredible. I mean, you know, Lou was a great performer and a
Oh, yeah.
marvelous singer. Now you look at Kelly Hansen, is like an ever ready bunny rabbit, you
I
know,
know, right?
jumping off of the stage. And so I'm really happy for those
I like Kelly
guys.
when he was in Hurricane.
Oh
That was a
yeah,
good
yeah,
one.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
absolutely.
he does a great job. He's really good.
Oh, nonstop.
If you ever talk to Lou or Mick, send him my version. See if you can get some feedback from him.
Oh, dude, I will. No. Mick is in New York. I've interviewed Mick. Like I said, I met them guys at least 3 or 4 times individually. I mean, I've seen Foreigner.
Yeah.
A big
Yeah.
fan for 100 years.
Me too.
But
Yeah.
yeah, no, they follow. You know what? And they follow. Most of them follow me on Facebook. So,
Oh, sweet.
you know,
Yeah.
I didn't even think of tagging them, but you know what? I'm going to tag this video of me and you
Awesome.
with the video, and I'm going to tag those guys who are Tom Gimbel,
Oh,
Jeff
wonderful.
Pilson, Mike Bloomstein, Bruce Watson, Chris Frazier.
Awesome.
Not a problem.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks for bringing that up. So, is there an album target date that you're looking at, the end of the year, first of the year?
Well, we're first of the yeah, it's going to be in January. I don't have an actual hard date just yet. The next point of business is we got 10 songs. Our new cover, we're going to try to put a cover on each album we do and have a guest appearance by a quote unquote real rock star. You know. So I think we're going to do, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag just yet, but I think we're going to do Jane by Starship.
Oh,
which
wow.
I do know that was recently done online by Joel Hoekstra and Brian Tichy. And it was great, but this is going to be on our album.
I know Kathy Richardson.
Oh, yeah,
I just
right on.
interviewed Kathy about a month ago with Starship's
Oh,
first
cool.
album in 12 years. Kathy's
Nice.
in Chicago.
Right on.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna do that, and I think I'm gonna. He's agreed to do it. I'm gonna have Oz Fox play lead guitar on it.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that'll be cool, man. Yeah.
Any thoughts of your first show in front of, again, a real live audience? I mean, out here, they're doing this drive-in thing. And I want to go because I miss the live music, but I don't want to sit in a car hitting a horn.
I know that's taking the fun out of it. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure I remember drive-ins as a kid, but yeah, it's like, that's weird. I don't know. Talk about not having any contact, you know?
Well, like, you know, the artists say, yeah, we take the stage and we roll into 3 hopping songs.
Right.
And then you stop, and then you're looking at people like all these cars in a parking lot. People are in lawn chairs, and it's not that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not the same energy, Jeff, of
No,
that when
no.
people are right on the stage and going,
Right.
yeah, and singing the
Yeah.
songs back to you.
Well, there's nothing better. I'm telling you. When I did Modern Day Cowboy with Frank, man, I mean
Oh
that
my
place,
God.
the roof blew off, man. It was awesome. But yeah, this band is just like, we've got a lot of energy, and we're really we strive to put on a great show because, I mean, we kind of subscribe to the KISS philosophy where you leave your problems at the door and just enjoy yourself, and that's what we're all
Absolutely.
about, So, yeah.
So besides Modern Day Cowboy, any most memorable
Well,
thing?
I did a show with, let's see, there's a few. In 1995, I was lucky enough to go to the St. Louis KISS convention, and there's a video out there on it. And I've got a Patron page too, if you guys want to see it. And it's also on YouTube, but it's me singing Heaven's on Fire on Gene Simmons's mic.
Wow.
Yeah.
How the hell did you do that? Were you right in front of the stage, or?
Well, yeah, I was literally sitting down. I sat down literally 3 feet in front of them. And they were, they back then, this was before they had Ace and Peter do the reunion. So it was Bruce and Eric still.
Okay.
And they basically did an acoustic set to where they're like, what do you want to hear? And people yell out stuff. And so they started the beginning of Heaven's on Fire, and I actually stood up, and Gene gave me his mic. And it was like, I only did the first beginning, the yell that Paul does, and I did the first verse and the first chorus with him. But it was still really cool. And
well, then, you don't want to screw that up.
Right.
You got one of those moments.
Yeah, exactly.
But then somebody videotaped it, huh? That's cool.
Yeah. And then let's see, a couple years ago in Tucson, I did a show with Mark Slaughter. I played lead guitar with him, and it was a solo show. It wasn't a Slaughter show. I mean, we played Slaughter songs, but.
Right.
It was really cool. We actually did. He wanted to try out his new talk box, and I actually sang "Living on a Prayer," and he did the Richie Sambora part, which is really cool.
I love Mark. I just had him on not too long ago.
He's
love
the greatest. I love that guy too. Yeah.
He's so if it wasn't in the music business, what would Jeff Carlson be doing these days?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. I don't think I have an answer to that, because even when I wasn't in the music business, I was still wanting to be in the music business. So I guess the closest thing I did to that one, see, I don't know if you've read my bio or not, but I've got Crohn's disease, and I actually almost died. I died for 3 minutes almost on the operating table, my first surgery. So because of that, I've had 7 surgeries total since 2001, and I'm unable to work a real job, a 40-week job.
Gotcha.
But thanks to my wife and helping me out, and I was able to get disability on it finally, So, but because of that, I used to run sound prior to that. I was a sound man. But I was always a musician first, So, I mean, I had to do something close to the music business,
Good for you. Well, glad that the good guy up there says, no, you need to rock and roll down here more. So good. And Mark is a Vegas guy.
Yeah,
I know Mark is a Vegas guy.
Yeah, he's in Nashville now, but yeah, he's everybody's moving to Nashville, dude.
Nashville, man.
Yeah, I don't understand what the deal is.
I said, when I went to Nashville in the 80s, it was, Hank Williams Sr.
Right.
It was country. And now I say to Mark, can you go to Walmart? And he's like, oh, yeah, they're not looking for a long-haired hippie like me. I put a baseball cap. They're looking for Tim McGraw and Keith Urban. Right. They're not looking for Tommy Shaw, Mark Slaughter, Tom Peterson, Damon Johnson. Yeah, exactly. It's like,
yeah.
I said, totally. I gotta get back down there, man. It's certainly been a while. So Jody, so about Mark Slaughter rolled these dice.
Oh, and, cool.
Mark rolled the dice. He did. In 2 years, I've had one winner. I mean, Paul Rogers, Alice Cooper, Billy Gibbons, Cheap Trick, Three Doors Down, Collective Soul, you name it, everybody has rolled the dice. They put a new album out. They want to roll the dice. Night Ranger, Mark
Nice.
Slaughter. So Jody says you got a pair of dice, though.
I do, yeah. I don't know if you can see them. Let's see here.
I
Here we
see him.
go.
So
yeah.
give it a roll and see what you come up with. See if you can get a pair.
All right, let's see what we have here. Hold on. Oh, 2 and a 5.
Well, there you go. So what I do is go to the show before or after and have you roll 5 dice. And I said, I got this whole keeping new music alive, and I wanted to do more. And of course, I wanted to meet everybody. So I came up with this Pat Calamari's 5 for It All, and I have you roll 5 dice. And if you roll 5 of a kind totaling in 3 rolls, I play your whole new album on my radio show, EP album. So in 2 years, I finally got a winner last year, Jesse Triplett from Collective Soul.
Awesome.
I've met them guys numerous times. I love those guys. And after the show, Jesse goes, actually, Will, the bass player, says, "Here, Jesse, you roll." Because Will did it 1 year, and he should have won, and it rolled off the table, or he would have won. So he was like, so this last year, Jesse did it, and he needed 3 4s on the last roll, and he got it. And you thought we won the Super Bowl, the Stanley Cup, and the World Series, like a bunch of 10-year-olds jumping up and down, high-fiving each other. And the following 2 weeks, I played Collective Soul's latest album, which is called Blood, which is an incredible album on my whole radio show. And then I met the guys again, and I gave Jesse a shadow box with a gold record on it. Pat Calamari's first 5 for It All winner. So we need I either need to get to Vegas, or you got to get the Jeff Carlson band when we get the green light back into New York, man. So
we'll definitely be working on getting out there.
Absolutely. You gotta, even if you open up for Frank Hannon or Tesla, that would be
speaking
fun.
of Tesla, here's the fun. This COVID, man, we had a show. We were supposed to be direct support for Tesla out here at the House of Blues April 17th of this year, and they canceled it. And I was like, the last show we did was February 29th at Counts Vamps with Jizzy Pearl's Love Hate. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, okay.
But the Tesla show, man, I was so looking forward to, but hopefully it'll happen again. It's just a question of when,
I said to Frank, "You're coming out. I'm coming to Pennsylvania. It's Lita Ford, Tesla, and Alice Cooper." And I haven't seen Lita in years, but I know the Tesla guys and I know the Alice Cooper guys. Yeah. So I said, I am ready. And then this thing happened. I know we got to thank Jody Best, because without Jody, we would not be sitting here chatting. Jody is the best in the business. I love her to death.
Me too.
She's awesome. I encourage everybody to go to jeffcarlsonband.com. Check out Jukebox Hero. Buy it. It's on all streaming and digital platforms. Check out the video. Check out our man Frank Hannon. Buy a case of beer for Frank Hannon. I love that guy. Jeff is on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can join his JCB Army, which is really cool. And he's got a VIP package, 2 posters, guitar picks, drumsticks, the CD, a T-shirt, a laminate. Go and hook this guy up while all these musicians are hanging out and not making any money. Anything left on your bucket list there, Mr. Jeff, that you go, man, if I can, you sang with Kiss. Oh my goodness. You've opened for people.
If you want to ask my bucket list, I don't know. If I could ever meet and play a song with Richie Sambora, that would be like I could die now moment, because he's one of my heroes, man.
Okay.
Bon Jovi's not the same without him. I mean, Phil's a great guy. Don't get me wrong. Phil's amazing. But it's like, I'm just a diehard older, like the 7,800 degrees Fahrenheit.
I hear you, buddy. Phil is tremendous, but
he's amazing. Yeah.
It took me a long time to accept this, Kelly and Foreigner and Arnell in Journey.
He's great too.
I don't want to let go. I grew up with the Lou Grahams and everybody. But then when you go see Foreigner and Kelly is jumping off of ceiling, running through the crowd, and I just, I mean, all I could do is high five Mick and go, "Good for you, man."
Yeah,
good for
exactly.
You.
Yo, I'm with you.
I interviewed, Kansas has a new album out, and I interviewed Ronnie Platt, who's the lead singer of Kansas, and he replaced the great Steve Walsh. And
Oh, I was going to say, is Steve still with him? I didn't
no,
realize.
he
Okay.
replaced. Steve said I had enough, so they
Yeah.
found Ronnie, and Ronnie goes, everybody goes, this is your big shot, but then he goes, I don't know if the fans will accept me, because he was reading
Right.
when Lawrence Gowan came in Styx after Dennis DeYoung
right,
left.
right.
Fans were like, oh, he's no good. So he's like, I finally make it. And I don't know if they're going to throw tomatoes at me. But he said, I've been accepted. It's great. And good for him.
That's
and I'm
great.
happy for him. And I'm happy
Great.
I've seen Journey. I've seen, again, Foreigner a million times. And I've seen Bon Jovi. I've been on stage with Bon Jovi next to Richie in Madison Square Garden.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
For
that's
3
huge.
songs.
Wow.
For 3 songs. There's a bunch of us. Yeah,
What tour
that's
was
another
that?
story. I'll tell you that story. I'll tell you that story after we get done. But
Yeah, right
I
on.
stood next to Richie for 3 songs at Madison Square Garden at Bon Jovi at a Bon Jovi show.
Yeah, right
And
on.
that
Very cool.
was cool. Jeff, I hope you enjoyed the chat as much as I have.
Absolutely. It's so much fun. Thank you so much, Patrick. Man.
Much success. You know where to
Thank
find
you.
me. Get a hold of me.
Absolutely.
When you put out the single, when you put out the next video, so we can get you back on here and I can put it in our rotation and get the song out. Now it's time to rock and roll, little Jeff Carlson band and Mr. Frank Hannon, and time to play Jukebox Hero. Turn it up, Pet Sound Bites, IGTV. Yeah!
Standing in the rain with his head hung low, couldn't get a ticket, it was a sold-out show. Heard the roar of the crowd, he could picture the scene, put his head to the wall, and like a distant scream, he heard one guitar just blew him away. Saw stars in his eyes, and the very next day bought a beat-up 6-string in a second-hand store. Didn't know how to play it, but he knew for sure that one guitar felt good in his hands. Didn't take long to understand just one guitar sunk way down low was a one-way ticket, only one way to go. So he started rocking, and he's never gonna stop. Gotta keep on rocking, someday gonna make it to the top and be a jukebox hero. He's a jukebox hero. He took one guitar, jukebox hero. He'll come alive tonight. In a town without a name, in a heavy downpour, while he casts his own shadow by the backstage door, like a trip